Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we have some kind of a slap going on. Can we slap a number on this, please?
Yes, this is episode 348 of SlapperCast, y'all.
8?
Yeah.
Want to check the notes?
Isn't that right? I thought we just put out 347.
Check the notes.
Well, that was the last episode I put out. Hold on a second. Cast. Yeah, 347 was the last one.
Just make sure you check my video on that while you were searching. We are, as you can see, some sort of dynamic duo here today. There's no trio, and the quartet is completely out of the question. There's a sale at Baby Gap, so Frank took off early today to beat the lines. And our drummer, you've probably seen him on here before, looking all red. Boss man, he played in a place last night called Collage Station. It's in a town called Brienne. It's a pub called O'Bannon's Tap House. I'm going to tell you right now, may have been one of the most full-on, epic, tumultuous, in a good way, just explosive performances, not by us, by them. We were all right. But start to finish, pound for pound, that was a staggering amount of energy and alcohol. I'm awaiting noise from Chris Steele, the proprietor, the god of beer, Mr. Chris Steele himself. I want to find out. I think records might have been broken last night. Staff, as usual, worked their arses off. I mean, just start to finish. We rolled into town, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We rolled into town at 6 p.m. to start at 9:30 in the night, right? We roll into town, and it was chocolate block. It was stuffed. The town was bursting at the seams. I thought we were going to be late. There were so many cars. So we get in there. They're playing. What they call it football here. We call it American football because football is what you call soccer. It's a long story. Don't even worry your pretty little head. But start to finish, we started at 9:30 on the nose, and we stopped playing at 2 a.m. On the. You can bleep that out there, but. Sorry, Chad, you're not getting a word in. I decided I was going to go for a walk before I did this today, and
I did too. Yeah.
Oh, good man. Look at that. Take a bow, Mother Falcon. Good job. Yeah, I can tell you're a little extra shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the first note we played to the last note, to the last encore that we played, 2-song encore. I mean, they were just. It just could not, that fire could not be quenched. There was no quelling that. I mean, just that monstrosity of sound. I mean, in there, it was just a huge night.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So anyway, yeah. So what I was saying is the reason why our red fella isn't here. We should call him Red Fella. That's a good name. Turbo is. I was leading the chant last night. We were saying, "Beat the hell out of Florida, and the crowd was singing it back. Louder than we could ever. It was tremendous.
If we're going to play extra, you're going to play extra. Let me hear you go. Oi, 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 oi. A little bit louder. There you go. Now repeat after me. Beat the hell out of Florida. Beat the hell out of Florida. Beat the hell out of Florida. Louder. Beat the hell out of Florida. Beat the hell out of Florida. Louder.
Well, anyway, Turbo got so into it that he said some awful things. I mean, some really terrible things. So much so that he had to go get his wife today, and they are flying to Florida, and they're going to apologize to each and every one in that state. I couldn't believe he said what he said. So Chad's only laughing because Chad agreed with him. Chad hates Florida just as much as anyway. Yeah. So he's not here today. He had to go down and he had to apologize to all those people down that down in that state hole. So so he's not here. And but we're going to give you episode 348 today because we're gearing up to go to Ireland. You're going to see a couple of episodes here back to back because essentially the week before and the week after we go to Ireland, it's crazy. We will do a couple in Ireland, but this is when it kind of gets hectic because we don't want to miss any. So Chad, how are you doing besides our drummer that we're so ashamed of?
Good. I'm looking forward. I'm about, after we finish doing this, I'm going to mix last night's show so I can drop some moments in, including the Beat the Hell Out of Florida moment you were just talking about. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm catching up on this weekend since we have Saturday and Sunday off. Usually we're working on Saturday, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a breather time because we are, as we're just saying, we've got a lot of stuff that's about to start happening before we leave for Ireland.
Well, some of us don't have tomorrow off. Some of us are working. Actually, that's not right. Tomorrow, but I'll be. I'm playing a solo acoustic show at 4 p.m. at Rehab on the Bayou today, Sunday. We're gonna see what I did there. We're gonna clip that. Thank you, Chad. We're going to. I'm going to be playing a solo acoustic show at Rehab on the Bayou Sunday, October. Today is the 12th. I just did that in my head.
That's right.
Along with the band called Lone Feather, who I saw for the first time a few weeks back when we did this. And it's a trio and power trio and superb songwriting. Our friend Mike McManus, who we met through Keith York, phenomenal bass player. Oh my God, great tone, great timing, great licks. I mean, and their drummer, Justin, I forget his last name, but just tight. They are not to be missed. Anyway, so excellent. We're currently mixing our live record. We did a live record also at the aforementioned O'Bannon's in College Station. And we recorded that night, and we also recorded in Kingwood. Monstrous energy. The College Station crowd is a college crowd. Kingwood crowd is a little bit older. But I'm telling you something, no flies on them. I mean, just every song right in it. No messing around, dancing, drinking, debauchery. Everything was top gear. So we got some great takes from it. We actually set up some crowd mics, and we got a lot of that. We also heard Mike Carr. We got some of your conversations, and let me tell you, I need a bath. I need to scrub with razor blades after hearing what you said to your friends. That is just mouth-watering. I can't wait to hear it again.
Be track 4.
Yes, track 4. But no, in all seriousness, of course we had Chucky Frankie, we had Master Duncan, we had the Florida Hating Turbo, we had Chad the Impaler or Chad Kingwood Smalley, and we had myself. There's something special about this. I mean, you're going to hear it yourself. But it's just something special that happens when the 5 of us play. Coming up also at the Continental Club, we're going to do it again. I'm going to open the show with an acoustic, solo acoustic thing, and we're going to have the 5 of us there. We're going to we're just going to you're just going to have to come and see it for yourself. Get your advance tickets now. They're cheaper and also save you a spot. And we're so proud of the work that we've done together. It's such a blast to play with. So you're gonna hear some stuff you haven't heard before. You know, we're gonna make sure there's a dance floor. We've just been really throwing it down. So you're more than welcome to come and see us at the Continental Club, 3700 Main, downtown Houston, Texas, and easily one of the best live music venues on the planet. So let's go.
Yeah, and once we get into actually working on the mixes for this record, those of you who are with us on Patreon will get to hear this stuff before everybody else. So I would encourage you to join us there. We'll be leaking some of our progress to you as we go along. You'll probably hear a lot of stuff that's not even going to be on the album. So please join us there. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So all that said, I know your answer, Chad, but what's the song that you most enjoy playing in our set list currently? And for those who don't know, when you play together this long, the songs kind of come and go. It's like an old pair of boots, you know, they go in the back of the closet, and then, you know, a long time later, you take them out, you're like, whoa, why did I ever stop wearing them? You know, just, so it's, you know, old pair of boots or a good pair of jeans. They come back around again. So sorry, Chad, what's your song?
Well, I have to say Trouble with a capital T, the Horslips song, which we just added to our set this month. It's a really, I mean, at least in America, it's a really, pretty much anything Horslips is underrated in America. But that song, I'd heard it for years. It was in regular rotation on the playlist at Fido. So I think that's where I first heard it, was over the radio at Fido. But it's a really great song, and we just every time we get into it, it just feels so natural. It was not an easy song for us to get under our fingers. The meter and the timing of it is very particular. We have to be very careful not to rush this song. But I love it, and I think it's great. I've been looking forward to us doing this song for so long. So that's where my head goes immediately, because that's still so fresh. I'm also really, really enjoying, of all things, Ball and Chain is one of my favorite ones we're doing right now, just because we got the feel nailed down for the first time. Ball and Chain by Sonic Distortion.
Social Distortion.
Social D. Social. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm mixing up with Sonic Youth. Social Distortion. Sorry. You can tell how much of a fan I am. I know nothing about them. We've been covering Ball and Chain for ages. I mean, you were covering it before I met you. But I feel like we only just now got the feel down, and it's our feel. We're not trying to duplicate the feel of the original. We just kind of, now it's really in the pocket where we want it, and we're actually being able to kind of shape it and sculpt it now. And Patrick does. The reason why I'm really excited about it, for years, Patrick, he crafted his own guitar solo for this. And so I'm really looking, I don't know, this may make it on the live album. I don't know. We're talking about recording our own version of it. I know we did play it that night, those 2 nights. But there's a really great guitar solo that Patrick does in our version of it. And I'm telling you, too, he sings it better than What's-His-Face does. A million times better. So,
ooh, shots fired.
I think our version is going to kill when we finally get it out there. But yeah, I really enjoy that one, too.
That's interesting. I'm going with Running Back by Thin Lizzy, only because the song right now is becoming... Okay, let me start at the beginning. Phil Lynott, the late, great, easily top 10 frontmen in rock and roll. So in my opinion, maybe even top 5. David Lee Roth is still number 1. Don't even argue with me. I don't want to talk about it. Every time I think of David Lee Roth, I can think of a couple of Diamond Dave isms that can just basically peel the paint off a plane. He's just... Anyway, so Phil Lynott, easily one of the greatest frontmen in rock and roll. And there's some tremendous recordings, some live recordings where he does this back and forth with the audience. I don't know what it is, but in his name, I guess, or my theft of the Lynott, persona, I started to do a call and response thing at the beginning of Running Back by Thin Lizzy. And shockingly, and let's go back to Blaggards in the beginning, there was one person, I won't mention his name, I was a fan of Dave Matthews, but he, we were covering a song, and I said, let's put a down, da-da, down, da-da, da in the song. And he said, and I remember it to this day, he said, oh, we're going to be one of those bands? And I said, yeah, motherfucker, we're going to, yes, we are. We're going to, if it calls for it. And I mean, and again, this stuff has backfired on me more times than it's worked, but it's still so much fun to put twists and turns in the songs, because you don't have to listen to every recording we've ever done of any song, and you're going to find out that we do not play it the same way ever. The lyrics are never the same. There's always a new inflection in it. There's something that maybe is going to put a marker on the day. Anyway, back to the original point. In the back of my head, I had this thing where, man, you don't do that call and response thing. That's only for stadium bands. That's only for... So I don't know the first time that I tried it. I don't remember the first time. Actually, I can remember years ago when we started playing at O'Bannon's, I would do the back and forth. When you had a crowd that's as ravenous as we had last night, and many times before, I would try it. And it always felt like I was, should I? Now I just do it, and I just let it fly. And I don't give them easy. I don't go, nah. I don't do easy. Always give them something to, and I'll be fucked if they don't do it note for note back as I give it to them. I mean, it's just, I'm in awe of their ability to capture this stuff and spit it back at you. And just, I mean, it's been, anyway, so that song, because it's Thin Lizzy, it's groovy, and because it's Phil Lynott, it's so fun to sing, because it's not da 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 da. It's flowing and it's rich and it's powerful and it's Phil was an incredible lyricist, poet beyond poetry. He was just the master of painting a picture. I mean, so many people are, but he's just such a gift, such a wealth of lyrical depiction of everything from fantasy to fighting to everything. But that song just has so much. It's got so much power behind it, and it feels like a pop song, but it's groovy and it's fun to play, and it's pure Thin Lizzy. It's not jailbreak cowboy song, Boys Are Back in Town. But it's of the same fabric. It's of the same class.
Yeah.
Just brilliant stuff.
That was the other one I was thinking of too when you asked me that question. But yeah, the thing, I've always loved that song too. But this goes way back to when we played that one time we shared the bill with the Mighty Orc at Fido. They decided that they were going to learn a Thin Lizzy song for that show, just in honor of playing in an Irish pub with us. And that was the song they chose. I can't remember if you suggested it to them, but they played a great cover of it. And they got to that part at the end, the la 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 tra la la, this very total just Phil Lynott signature style there, the kind of off time tumbling vocals, ad libs that he tends to do. But what makes that part really cool is he's harmonizing with himself on the track. So it's just really just an infectious part of the song. And when we watched Mighty Orc playing that, and when Matt Johnson, his drummer at the time, and Orc were doing that part, you could see we talked to us about it afterwards, but they're both going to hang it on for dear life, because it's like walking a tightrope trying to play, because singing it is easy, but then we're also, Patrick and I are also strumming the rhythm at the same time, which is in a different rhythm from what we're singing. So every time we get to that part, I'm proud of the fact that we never really went. It still requires concentration to stay on it, but we didn't. That was one that you and I we just had it like the first time. That wasn't the thing we had to work on in rehearsal. We didn't have to, let's try it again. We kind of had it from the go because we've been thinking about it for so long. That's one of those moments I'm really proud of the fact that we were able to get that part of the song as well as we're able to do it. But it's still not easy. I'm just saying that. Yeah.
It's perfectly in our range too, which makes it that's what makes it easy versus like I was thinking of, we do a harmony in Nancy Whiskey, and it's one of those ones where you have to go between the high and the low. So to me it never nails it on the exact change, because again we're kind of flowing. But it's another one of those. It's one of those songs that I think that is just right in our vocal comfort zone. So it's not like when we sing I guess one of the highest songs that I sing right now is the bridge in Sweet 16, or maybe Delilah or something like that. But that's one where I kind of panic when we're getting close to it, because I know that I've got this major, notes to hit. And I also put a lot of power behind it too. So it's one where you don't want to fuck up, because it's again, like, trying to do a backflip at the pinnacle of some very high point, it's just very, very, it just always feels treacherous, and it's always nerve wracking. And, but anyway, so those songs are, to me, they're obviously Horslips, who, we're going to Ireland in a couple of weeks, and there is a chance that we could, I'm just saying, there's a chance that we could meet some of them. Mm-hmm. So, also, let me take this opportunity today on SlapperCast. We're going to ask you, if you're in and around Dublin, October 28th, it's a Tuesday. It's in Monkstown, just south of Dublin, north of Bray. We're going to be in a place called the Purty Kitchen. We played there before, but now we got the Bishop running sound. So thanks, many thanks to Councillor Cormac for doing the footwork for us. We had looked into a bunch of different venues in and around Dublin, and our first choice actually was the Boomerang in Bray, owned and operated by Sandy and Derek Stanley, dear friends of mine from my youth, who are going to jump in the car and follow us from Killiney down to Kilkenny. So they're going to be with us for a few days. I'm just very, very excited. Derek Stanley married Sandra Hayde. Both, let me see. I'm 86 years old, 87. Carry the two. I've known them for over 5 years. I can do that in my head safely. Aileen Stanley, my dear friend for a lifetime. Her older brother Derek is the owner of the Boomerang Bar, and he married Sandra Hayde, who was in my school in Sallynoggin. It's a long story, but just trust me when I say, finer people you will not meet, and a better pint of Guinness you will not get than at the Boomerang in Bray and County Wicklow. And you just must visit the Boomerang in Bray, because these friends of ours know how to take care of they just know how to take care of the punters. They have a loyal following. They are salt of the earth. I would die for these people. They are the best. The Boomerang Bar and Bray. We're going to see if we can get the bus to stop on the way down south as we leave. We'll maybe stop in for a pint, but they're gonna join us at the Purty Kitchen, October 28th. We're going to be there. We're going to start at 7. We're going to try to go a little earlier, but I'm very, very excited, and it's so special to be able to play at home. It will be a night that you just won't forget. We're bringing the aforementioned Demon Duncan. We've got Chucky Frank. We've got Turbo. We've got Impaler and myself, all coming to Ireland. We are going to, we're just going to destroy that place. Like I said, our friend the Bishop is running sound. I've already spoken to him. He knows what we have. He knows what we're doing. It's going to be insane. Purdy Kitchen, Monkstown, County Dublin, Ireland, October 28th. More to come, but be there for that. Are you excited,
Yes,
Chad?
I am. We played at the Purdy Kitchen the very first time we went to Ireland. It was the very first time, 2010. We went in March that year. The only time we've gone in March. It was like right after Paddy's Day, or 2 weeks after Paddy's Day or something. That tour also was unique because we played every single night of the tour. 7 gigs, just nonstop. We showed up, played a gig. Until the very last night we played a gig and had to get up. That was in not Westport,
Wexford.
Waterford.
Waterford, you're right. Sorry.
And the tour, we actually, because there were some snafus in the scheduling, we actually parked on a different path from the touring group with us, because we didn't know what we were doing yet at that point. We were just accepting that, because they offered you that gig, and we were like, that's not where we're going, but we'll take it anyway. We had a great night there, but then we had to drive. We had to leave like at 4 a.m. Ireland time to get to Dublin Airport, and so we slept in this tiny little microtel hotel that they put us up in for like maybe an hour. We got maybe an hour's sleep, and then we got in this rental car. And you drove through this torrential rainstorm all the way to Dublin, like at 5 a.m. But it was this wonderful feeling of satisfaction. The whole tour was amazing. But yeah, Purdy Kitchen was one of the places we played on that trip. It's a great room, really kind of like a ballroom style venue. And the cool thing too about Bishop running sound for us, he's one of 2 sound guys in Ireland who've worked with us several times. So he's one of those the only guys over there who actually knows us. He always does a great job. He's got great gear too. So it's sometimes that's hard to come by in places we play in Ireland. But yeah, I'm really happy to know that he's going to be running sound there.
Extremely hard to find good gear. But let me also tell you, yes, he and Andrew of course, Andrew's not in Slane anymore. But when we played Slane, Andrew ran sound for us. Brilliant job. And then, of course, our number one, Brendan O'Dowd in Galway, absolute beast, absolute gem. Absolute monster. And then of course we can't move without Mark Kavanagh, my lifelong friend, Mark Kavanagh, who is easily one of the funniest people you're ever going to meet, and one of the most generous. His parents live down the road, Docky. We'll stop in and have a cup of tea at their place unannounced. No bother. 50, 80 people showing up, doesn't matter. But Mark Kavanagh, he stores most of our gear for us while we're gone. So he is half of Catch My Carbon. He and his partner Flint have a company called Catch My Carbon, where they offset, they plant native Irish trees to offset your carbon footprint. And they are just nonstop. They are planting trees. It could be as many as 7 days a week. They are just This started off as a little hobby, and now it's turned into it's overtaken their lives, and they're not stopping, they're not complaining. So Catch My Carbon, if you want to check out, just sponsor them to plant some trees, and they're making this world a more beautiful place. And if you thought Ireland was beautiful before, they are going to beautify it even better than that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing what they're doing with that. It's so cool.
There's so much going on. We're just, every time we stop, we have people. Even last night in College Station, 3 nights ago in College Station, I had some people come, hey, we're coming to Ireland with you. I was like, oh yeah, excellent. Every time we stop, we're meeting somebody. It's going to be savage. It's going to be, I'm going early. I'm going very early. And
that's right.
Yeah, it's just every time we turn around, there's something else going on. So here we go.
Yeah, again, talking about that crowd in College Station, this record night, as you were saying, it was thrilling too, because we've always had great audiences there, but this was particularly thrilling because this is early in a fresh semester at A&M, and what has been happening with us at O'Bannon's for the past 20 years is that there's a rotation. A new crop of students comes in, they kind of grow up with us in their own lives, and we're just a constant. We're always there. And then they move on and they move out to the country, or sometimes different countries, and we run into them elsewhere. But there's this wonderful sort of incubation period that they have with us as they're coming out to see us while they're going to school. And last night for us, it's last night for us talking about it right now. You could tell there was a lot of people who had never seen us before, and they were buying us drinks and getting to know us. Where are you guys from? I just never saw, and they were Aggies. I was some of the people we met last night actually were in from out of town for the game. But I think the vast majority of the people I talked to were Aggie students. And you could tell that when we did the War Hymn, and they were all participating in the War Hymn with us. But that was just wonderful to see. Every time we've got a new generation of kids coming in and they're locked into us, it's like, yes, here we go again. It begins again, And I love that we've had this relationship with O'Bannon's this whole time that it just keeps rinsing and repeating and getting stronger and better every time. But yeah, I don't know if I guess you had time to talk to Chris after the show, right? He was busy tabulating, going through the tabs after they closed. I said, it was a hell of a night, right? And he goes, he was too busy to comment at the moment, but yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. He also had to, he was also out there, had to grab all the glasses. Every single table had tons, and their bar back is not a slouch. He is in motion nonstop, but every single table was to the max with glassware. And O'Bannon's, not only are they are horns down lager now, made at Blackwater Brewing down the road, that they own. Did you try that, Chad? Have you tried that yet? Horns down lager?
I was going to say, shout out to a nice young fellow named Sam, an Aggie named Sam, bought us a round of Horns Down. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Excellent.
Really good stuff.
Excellent. Every single table was maxed out with glassware. So he's out there and he's pulling all the stuff in, and Chris is the owner. All right. A lot of owners would just kind of sit back there and just put their feet up and, shout orders. No, he is up to his elbows, up to his neck in getting that place running. He is. Let me also tell you too, I think he and I are going steady. I got a parking pass. I have a permanent parking pass, a Paddy's permanent parking pass for there. He gave it to me last night. So I think I think that Chris and I might be going steady. Anyway, he is. Not only is he a dear friend because of the. We say this every time, but back in the day, we'd get a phone call. Say, oh, we're double booked. We don't need you. All right, we call him. I seriously call him up on a Friday afternoon, 3:00, and he go, "Come on in, we'll do it." And say, look, just. If it's a crap night, don't worry about it. Always paid us the same, if not more. He's just as honest and as, generous and as fair a person as you're going to meet. I can't say enough good things about him, but he works finger to the bone. Blackwater Draw down the street. Chris Weingart's is his brewmeister. They partnered up to start the brewery, and that thing has become a juggernaut. It's just so that being said, we're going to be back in November. We're going to be back in December. We've already nailed down March 14th for Paddy's Day 2026 at O'Bannon's Tap House, the greatest Paddy's celebration on the planet. End of story, hands down, no question. That's it. Our good friend Clint had said last night, or said a few nights ago now, he had said, man, I just want to show up there one time. He's in Kansas. And Clint, I will go up there and drive you down. So you don't have to just show up. I'll go get you. Clint is he's one of those Sassenachs that you just can't help love. He's monitor or not, monitor on stage or not. Did I say music stand? Did I say monitor? No, it's just a monitor. Don't look. Just don't look. Take my word for it.
I would love to see all the Sassenach guys in College Station. I think they would have a blast, all of them.
I'd love to see them play there.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're all going to come down, they better freaking play.
Yeah.
So. Also coming up, which we're about to do right now, we have a Halloween show that we're recording for our friends at the Whip, backlineradio.com. Our good friend Lori and the late, great Lonesome Larry. We're doing a Halloween show, and it's going to be cool. So check that out as well. October 27th, I think she's airing it.
Well, yes, we are. Lori has been so good to us when we play the Rose Bowl, when we play in and up around there. I mean, they've booked shows for us before. We're going to do a Halloween show. It's going to be just we're picking songs. We've done this before. The theme is Halloween, but it's basically DJ, and explain why you pick these songs. And it really is. It's one of those things that at first I was thinking I'll just list off but it's actually it's more than that, because you don't want to just put out songs, it's got a spooky intro, Bat Out of Hell or something. No. Dig. Go look. Look in your records. Look what see what you used to listen to. See what you like now. Throw it out there. So we got some great. I've seen his list. It's pretty good.
The challenge with these shows, I love doing these guest DJ shows, is that Patrick and I just have trouble shutting up. There was one was it a Paddy's Day show I did where she only wanted like maybe 2 hours tops of material phone. We wound up recording like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess it was 4 hours with the music, but still we were like, you don't have to use all of it, but she wound up using all of it anyway. But it was a lot of us just gabbing because we just can't stop talking about this music that we love. So
yeah. So that said, we are, there's so much to see and to do at blaggards.com. This is SlapperCast, our weekly podcast with Blaggards. Did you know that we're rated #1 in rock and roll podcasts? Did you know that? Don't look it up. That's the thing. But we are brought to you by Horns Down Lager, brewed in College Station. We've so many shows coming up. We've let me just tell you this. If you're in the Arizona area, it's such a small area, but if you were in and around Arizona, we're going to see you a lot in 2026. Just let me tell you that. That Florida hater drummer of ours, he is on fire, and I mean literally and figuratively. He is burning. He is booking Arizona shows. So check our website, blaggards.com, and remember, just be kind to each other. If you can't be kind, then bring them to Arizona and bury them out there, and then we'll start again. Anyway, yes. I got to get out of here. I got a radio show to do.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-huh.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in.
See you next week.
Cheers.